to help your business grow. Find out more on the Shelby County Economic Development Corporation by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
This is the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper, your host. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and people's bank and trust, where they put people first. You'll find the streams on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. It's National FFA Week, and I have very special guests in studio right now. That includes the Nokomis FFA chapter. Starting off to the right, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us your name, you're in school, and your title.
I am Sydney Bertolino. I am a junior in high school, and I currently serve as the vice president.
We have 4 FFA members in here, by the way, and starting off into the mid-right here.
I'm Nora Patton, and I am a senior this year at Nokomis High School, and I serve as this year's chapter treasurer.
I'm Alden Nodal. I'm a senior at Nokomis High School, and I'm currently serving as the president of the Nokomis chapter.
I'm Olivia Tassetti. I'm a senior at Nokomis High School and currently serving as a reporter.
So, as a reporter, Olivia, what do you do?
I take pictures and get it out so other chapters and people can see what we are currently doing.
Sounds like a lot of writing. Yeah,
Kinda.
a little bit. Yeah, you must be a pretty decent writer then.
Yeah.
Take pride in it. That's good. As president, Alden, what do you do?
I'm in charge of creating the agendas for our monthly meetings. I'm also in charge of conducting the meetings as well, and also participating in multiple events that we host and get together.
Yeah, and when you put together those agendas, I mean, how do you decide like what you cover in those meetings and what you don't cover? How do you distinguish?
So, say you would take old business, you'd look at the previous month's agenda, and you would also have the help of your FFA advisor as well to keep you up to date on what needs to be put on, and they review the agenda before it's submitted.
That's fantastic. And going off to the right, Nora, as treasurer, what is it that you do?
I take care of our money situation, or at least I try and help with that. So I'll get all the bank statements at the end of the month so I can present them at our next meeting.
Budgeting for trips too, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else that you would say that you do as part of treasurer?
Pretty much the same as all the other officers. We just all involve each other with different activities we do.
It is a team, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
And as vice president, I can imagine what a vice president does, Sydney, but in your words, what do you do?
Basically, I just help everyone out, and mostly I help Alden out, the president. And if he's not there to run a meeting or something, I step in and act as president. And one of my biggest jobs as being vice president is helping submit the POA at the end of the year, the program of activities.
And a reminder, Sydney is a junior. The other 3 here are seniors. So this question has 2 parts. Let's start it off with the first part. From here until elections, what does your role involve from here until then? What are you focused on? We'll start with the president, Alden.
Mainly right now, conducting meetings and with FFA week, and also with SAEs coming up, judging and those as well I'm participating in. But till elections, once about a couple weeks before elections start, we have officer elections as well that we got to get ready for. So I'll be participating in that as well.
I know a lot of presidents right now are preparing for a banquet. Are you doing that too?
Yeah, we are preparing. It's not really a big item we have mainly focused on right now, but I'd say after FFA week and right as SAE judging would start, we'd get really more focused in on that.
Somewhere between now and elections and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And as a reporter, Olivia, what are you focusing on right now through until elections start?
Basically just getting everything that we do out there so other chapters in the community see what we're doing.
As a reporter, what's your best skill? Like, are you a picture taker, writer?
Picture taker.
Yeah, good in editing and all that stuff. That's good. And treasurer Nora Patton, what do you focus on between now and elections?
We're really focused on, like I said, FFA week this week. So we're trying to prepare all the stuff we have going on this week, as well as the dance we're hosting Saturday. And then after FFA week, we're going to host different contests and participate in those contests as well. And then work on our banquet when that comes up.
Tell me more about that dance.
It's our barn dance. We're co-hosting with student council to host a dance this Saturday for FFA week. So everybody's just going to come together Saturday night and have a good time.
Awesome for the Nokomis students. And as Vice President Sydney, what are you focused on between now and elections?
Just helping everyone out, making sure that everything goes smoothly, and that we have everything in order, because by April 1st we have to submit the POA. So making sure that that goes well.
And Sydney, what are you thinking about for next year? Are you going to be vice president again? Or are you going to run for another position?
I'm hoping to become president of the chapter.
Okay. And a little bit of a nod of approval from Alden. And Alden, this is kind of the second part of my question. What does your role shift to once elections are complete and you found your new president and your new officers? As a senior, I understand that role is a little bit different after elections.
So after elections, I would still be involved with FFA, but mainly I'd be focusing on getting my American degree and my SAE and other stuff like that, participating still. I wouldn't be an officer anymore, so that'd be turned over to Sydney, who I feel was very qualified. But that's just mainly focusing on college and getting my American degree and my record book.
And also being just kind of there to help Sydney into the next process. Nora, same kind of deal. I mean, what are you focused on once you are no longer treasurer after elections?
I'll be more focused. I'll still be focused on FFA because there's still a lot of contests I really like to do. So I'm still going to be very involved, but I'm mostly looking forward to trying to finish up college things. Like I'm currently taking a college class here up in Taylorville. So I'm going to be focused on finals and other stuff like that. And then be focused on trying to figure out what classes I'm going to take the next year for college.
Olivia, what do you picture your role to be when elections come around and they've elected somebody else?
I will help the new person get ready to do what they have to do and then focus on college.
Do you have any other events or anything else that you are participating in that you want to share? No? All right. That's okay too. And speaking of college and stuff, let's go ahead and run through everybody's plans after college. Starting with the president, Alden, what are you focused on after high school?
So after high school, I'm looking at either the University of Illinois or ISU. I plan to major in crop sciences with a concentration of ag business. So those are my main plans as of now, I would say.
Olivia, what are you thinking?
I'm going to Eastern Illinois University for graphic design.
Right along with the photography side. And Nora, what are you thinking for after high school?
After high school, I'm already going to have quite a bit of my associate's degree completed because I've taken a bunch of dual credit classes and current college classes. So I want to finish my associate's degree and transfer to a bigger university to get my master's in ag business and communications.
You're already going to have your associates by the time you graduate high school. Pretty darn close
Pretty
anyway.
close, yes.
That's pretty admirable. And Sydney, I know you're a junior, but you're kind of getting to the point where you're thinking about it. Where are you at right now?
I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, what I'm going to get my degree in, but definitely will be something in agriculture. And I'm thinking about just staying close to home for the first 2 years and either going to Lakeland or Lincoln Land.
And that's actually a pretty good spot to take a quick time out. So let's go ahead and do that. You just heard from Vice President of the Nokomis FFA, Sydney Bertolino. She's a junior, along with seniors and reporter Olivia Tassetti, along with Senior President Alden Nodal and Treasurer Nora Patton, all with the Nokomis FFA here on the WTIM Morning Show as part of National FFA Week. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville. You always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first.
WTIM.
Americans care about the environment. We know that farmers do too. Your Illinois Corn Checkoff dollars are connecting those shared values via Illinois Farm Families, an Illinois ag coalition that produces videos for non-farmers showcasing your sustainability practices. We also highlight innovative farm management techniques and renewable products produced with Illinois corn. Farmers grow food and fuel. Your checkoff grows connection and knowledge. A message from the Illinois Corn Marketing Board.
Being a productive farmer doesn't happen overnight. The The First National Bank of Nokomis understands it takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and a little something called money. Operate your farm with the security of knowing credit is there when you need it. The First National Bank of Nokomis offers equipment and farm real estate loans, as well as operating and marketing lines of credit. Bank with the people you know and trust. Your friendly hometown banks. First National Bank of Nokomis, Ayers Bank of Mawikwa, Stonington National Bank, and First National Bank of Arthur proudly support the area FFA chapter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Save money and buy local for every piece of your bathroom at
Taylorville Home Source Design Center on East Park near the driver's license office.
from shower systems, shower doors, and vanity tops.
To toilets, faucets, and much more.
Save money and buy local for bathroom, flooring, and kitchen at
Taylorville Home Source Design Center on East Park near the driver's license office. The WTIM Swap Shop program is being moved to an online platform starting January 9th. Starting that day, you can click on the Swap Shop link on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Register, then list any and all items you have to buy, sell, trade, and give away free of charge. Items posted will be screened by station personnel before they go live on the new WTIM Swap Shop webpage. It's quick, easy, and a great way to get rid of your stuff absolutely free. Buy, sell, trade, or give away online by clicking the Swap Shop icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com starting January 9th.
Witness the dedication and the heart.
My great-grandfather was a farmer, and my dad was a farmer, so there's several generations
Of those that care for the land we have.
The Illinois Nutrient Loss Reduction Strategy has become a thing in and of itself.
An exclusive documentary.
I've never come to the point where I've implemented a practice and I say, let's quit.
Sustaining Our Future, a farm family story. Now available to watch on the Illinois Farm Bureau YouTube channel.
Computer Techniques, also known as CTI, is bringing fiber internet to local homes and businesses. For lag-free internet with speeds up to 1 gig, find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Westervelt Mutual Insurance Company is a partner that understands the sacrifice you put into your farm. Find out how they can insure your farm and find a local agent by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
It's the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville. You always do better with Landmark. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I have Nokomis FFA in studio right now as part of National FFA Week. That includes seniors. Olivia Tassetti, she's a reporter with Nokomis FFA, and Alden Nodal, he's president, along with Nora Patton, who's a treasurer, and Vice President Cindy Bertolino, who is a junior. We talked a lot about what you guys do with FFA and what you guys plan to do after FFA, but I wanted to ask you about just being a part of FFA and what it means to you guys. Let's start off to the right. Sydney, what does being a part of Nokomis FFA mean to you?
I'd say that it means a lot of things. Mostly to me, most of my family was in FFA, so I feel I feel fortunate enough to carry on that tradition. And I'm also just very passionate about agriculture, so I am able to embrace that through FFA.
Nora, what does being a part of Nokomis FFA mean to you?
To me, it means branching out and meeting new people who have the same interests as you, and understanding that even though you don't come from a farm family, because I know I didn't, you can still get into something such as ag by FFA, and you can, like I said, really meet people who have the same interests as you, and you connect to others.
What does FFA and Nokomis mean to you, Alden?
It means growth, in my opinion. Starting off my freshman year, I wasn't very active or involved. My ag advisor, Randy Meyer, who had passed away, really opened the doors for me, and I grew up, we farm as a family, so I have been around this kind of stuff for the majority of my life. So growing up in FFA and just meeting new people and going to new contests and just learning more has really helped, and it's just, I'd say growth is what means the most.
And Olivia, what does being a part of Nokomis FFA mean to you?
It's taught me a lot. I mean, it's gave me leadership skills. I also didn't come from a farm family and didn't think that I could be a part of FFA, but then I've learned that it's so much different, and it's given me leadership skills, and I've branched out and have met a lot of people through it.
I want to get your thoughts about not being a part of a farm family, but also being a part of FFA, Olivia, I guess what was attractive to you about FFA as a non-farm kid?
Everyone in FFA is opening. Like, they all accept you, even though you aren't from a farm family, but they all brought you in and kind of treat you as their own, even though you're not an ag-based kid.
Nora, anything you'd like to add to that?
Same with Olivia said. I mean, I was introduced in the FFA because I was doing science fair projects. So that kind of just opened up things for me as well. But everybody was just open, although, yeah, you don't come from the same type of background that they do. They're still open and they're willing to help you learn as well as you helping them learn.
Sydney, have you been raised on a farm?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on then a little bit. But going onto that, based off of that question a little bit, what would you, as a farm kid, Sydney, tell somebody who's on the fence about joining FFA?
I would say do it as fast as you can. It is definitely one of the best experiences you can go through in high school. You get to compete in different contests and meet different people. You get to go to conventions and see different types of companies that seek out kids who are in FFA because of the life skills that you learn through FFA.
Alden, what would you tell somebody who's on the fence about joining FFA?
I'd say take a risk. It's their choice if they would like to or not. But it's a great opportunity presented in front of you, and it's just like everything in life. Sometimes you miss those, but take it. Take the leap.
Take the leap, even if you're a little late to it. Even if whatever that might mean to you. Nora, what would you tell someone who's on the fence about joining FFA?
I tell them to go for it. Joining FFA was one of the best, made high school the best for me. I've got to meet so many new people and learn so many different things. If you're unsure about joining and you don't come from that farm background, then there's plenty of stuff for you to do that doesn't involve agriculture, such as I do a lot of public speaking contests. And if that's not really your thing, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can be involved in, even if you aren't sure you want to be involved in the ag side of things.
Olivia, anything else you'd like to add to that?
I would just tell them to do it. It gives you leadership skills.
And talking about the skills that you've gained, we'll start with the president. How do you think being president of the Nokomis FFA is going to help you beyond high school?
Definitely leadership skills, I would say. Social communication skills I've established or worked on. And loyalty, I would say, is another one. And
just being an officer as a whole, it
being
sounds
a
like
leader.
it's kind of the same idea throughout there. And it also helps you work on some individual projects as well. I know, Alden, you've been very involved in a lot of that. Fill me in. I'm not super informed. So tell me, what's your SAE and all that kind of stuff?
So my SAE is a project we do. My current SAE is over grain production placement and diversified crop production, where I am a farm hand assist and basically carry out all the daily tasks on a farm, and I record them and put them in my record book, in which I will be competing for in districts March 8th. I write down my daily tasks, put in financial entries as well, community service, and that's just a general idea of what goes in that record book as well. And just I'd say it's a good skill to learn about for your future purposes when you're on your own in life, record keeping as well. That helps a lot.
Does everybody do a record book and SAE, or is this kind of a voluntary project?
It's kind of voluntarily. Not everyone does it, but I believe each one of us here have an SAE.
Nora, tell me a little bit about yours.
Mine is food service. So I used to work at Dairy Queen. So I turned my Dairy Queen experience into a SAE project in food service. So I am as well going to compete in districts for food service. But yeah, we just take the different things we're working on in that day. We put it into an ag category. And like Alden said, we just record keep, finance keep, journal entries and stuff like that.
Sydney, what about you?
My SAE is on swine entrepreneurship. And basically, right around this time of year, I go and purchase pigs from different breeders. And then I keep them throughout the summer and exhibit them at different shows. And then at the end of the summer, we sell them to market. But basically, I'm just showing those pigs and exhibiting them to the best of my ability.
You just heard from Sydney Bertolino. She's a vice president and junior of the Nokomis FFA. She's also here with seniors, including Treasurer Nora Patton, Alden Nodal, the president, and reporter Olivia Tassetti. Thank you all so much for coming on and talking about National FFA Week.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You'll find the streams on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. It's the WTIM Morning Show.
WTIM.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. After 13 years, they are bailing on the deal. Russian President Putin says that Russia is on its way to suspending participation in the new START treaty. It's aimed at keeping a lid on nuclear arms proliferation. President Biden stressing unity as he visits Poland, meeting with that country's president and other NATO allies. He is due to deliver a speech from Warsaw shortly. Earlier, a ceremony of welcome for Mr. Biden, who showed up at Poland's presidential palace for talks with the Polish president. Turkey has been hit by another earthquake. It was a 6.4 magnitude trembler that killed a half dozen people, injured hundreds more. The latest quake struck 2 weeks after the devastating earthquake that killed nearly 45,000 people in Turkey and Syria. Wall Street, the Dow down 473 points. This is SRN News.
From the creators of I Can Only Imagine comes Jesus Revolution.
If you look a little deeper, if you look with love, you'll see an entire generation searching for all the right things, just in all the wrong places.
Based on a true revolution.
You're going to need a bigger church.
Jesus Revolution. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13. See it early February 22nd. Be in theaters everywhere beginning February 24th. Go to JesusRevolution.movie.
America is giving away its inventions and technology to China.
The Chinese Communist Party intends to surpass us and to be the world leader in innovative technology.
The shocking new movie, Innovation Race, exposes the potential Chinese takeover of 5G and the internet, threatening America's economic and military security.
Dominating technology means you dominate the world itself.
Watch the movie Innovation Race now on demand or DVD at salemnow.com. salemnow.com.
WTIM.
I'm Avery Cooper reporting. Taylorville School Board of Education holds their monthly meeting at 6 p.m. at the Administration Building across from Taylorville High School. Under communications, the board will hear from the CEO of a foundation fundraiser. Then the board will review the consent agenda. This includes reviewing the ICRMT agent letter as well as consideration of bonds. Under new business, the board members will consider the builder's risk liability policy, consider road bonds, take action on the next fiscal year school auditor, and consider and adopt an intergovernmental agreement with ROE for alternative education. Superintendent Dr. Chris Doherty will provide an update and possibly go into an executive session. Stay tuned to Regional Radio News for more on this story at the conclusion of the meeting. In other news, Illinois State Senator Sally Turner joined other Republican lawmakers last week at the governor's State of the State speech demanding action against rising energy costs. Legislators have proposed a number of short-term relief measures and urged Governor Pritzker to make long-term relief for Illinois families one of his top budget objectives.
Yeah, well, one of the big ones is easing the burden of energy costs. And we know how the Ameren prices have been affected all of us in the 44th district, and that is a huge problem for us. So just recently, we've introduced a Senate Bill 2200, which allocates $200 million in rebates to affected customers. Now, in the 102nd part of a bill that was passed, said that there was rate relief for Ameren customers, but none of that money was appropriated. So we'd like to see the governor to appropriate that money so that we can pass that on to our consumers with Ameren. So that's a big problem as well. But we know that, that's not the fix. That's not enough to conquer that whole long-term energy crisis. So I'm hoping that the governor would look into seeing how we can fill the demand of our grid. That's the whole problem, is the grid. We need all these sources to go under our grid, the MISO grid. And also there's another bill out there, I think it's Senate Bill 1548. It cuts red tape because I understand there is a natural gas plant in Southern Illinois that needs to come on the grid, that it's been 5 years waiting for the EPA to finish.
The rate relief would be broken up into monthly bill credits, likely occurring from April through October. The program is subject to appropriation and has not been funded. More news at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is staff meteorologist Paul Trombley with your regional radio forecast. Mainly clear this afternoon with daytime highs approaching 47. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance for scattered thunderstorms tonight. Lows around 41. Cloudy skies expected. Scattered thunderstorms again tomorrow. Highs level off around 65. Cloudy skies. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Right now, 37.
TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
With SRN Sports, I'm Jim Bartow. Myers Leonard is getting another chance at the NBA. Nearly 2 years after he used an anti-Semitic slur while playing a video game that was being live streamed. A person with knowledge of the negotiations said Leonard and the Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to a 10-day contract, opening the door for the 7-foot center to play in an NBA game for the first time since January 2021. Russell Westbrook has been waived by the Utah Jazz, and according to a published report, the 9-time All-Star is expected to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. ESPN reports that Westbrook's agent told the outlet he will sign with the Clippers after completing a contract buyout on the remaining $47 million the guard is owed on his expiring deal. The move will reunite Westbrook with Paul George, his former teammate in Oklahoma City. George has lobbied for the Clippers to land Westbrook. This is SRN Sports. Houston returned to number 1 in the AP men's college basketball poll for the third time this season, while Northwestern and Texas A&M barged into the rankings after each had a pair of impressive wins last week. Alabama dropped one spot after losing to Tennessee and routing Georgia in its lone week at number 1. Kansas climbed 2 spots to number 3. North Carolina State and Florida Atlantic dropped out after each lost games last week. South Carolina remained number 1 in the Associated Press women's college basketball poll after topping Mississippi in overtime on Sunday. The Gamecocks have been number 1 for 35 straight weeks, the third longest streak of all time. Indiana stayed second in the poll. Stanford, UConn, and LSU round out the top 5 teams. Tiger Woods at Riviera played 72 holes for the first time in 10 months, and there's no telling for sure when Woods will compete again. That might be in the Masters in April. This is SRN Sports.
I'm Avery Cooper with your morning sports report. As heard on New Country 104.1, Fighting Illini bounced back with a 78-69 win over the low end of the Big Ten Minnesota Golden Gophers. The Illini have a big matchup against newly ranked Northwestern, sitting at 21 in the nation, Thursday at 8. Then the Illini take on Ohio State on the road for hosting Michigan Thursday, March 2nd, and heading to Purdue Sunday, March 5th. Just 4 games, and one of them this Thursday, hosting Northwestern, starting at 7, tip-off at 8 Thursday on New Country 104.1. And I'm Avery Cooper. This is your morning sports report.
This is Darian Norville with Central Commodity FS bringing you What's Next. And here at FS, we believe that is supporting agriculture's bright future. So happy National FFA Week to all past, present, and future agriculture professionals whose success sprouted from their local chapter. Best wishes from your proud supporters at Central Commodity Farmers Supply Company.
Agriculture is the foundation of our economy. In these challenging and changing times, you need a lender who has stayed the course. Since 1930, First National Bank has been helping farmers grow their operations and weather uncertain times. Hi, this is Julie Nodal, Ag Lender for First National Bank. We want to be your partner now and for future generations. With firsthand knowledge of agriculture and its challenges, we are committed to you. Let us be your partner to success. First National Bank, the quality bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Jenny Turvey, manager of Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville. To learn more about our apartments, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across Central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Following is a pre-recorded National FFA Week WTIM morning show interview.
Your information station, WTIM.